Welcome. Damn it.
Welcome, damn it.
Welcome. This is Super Genesis. The words. This gonna take like 6 or 7 takes, by the way. Welcome. This is Super Genesis 2 the Turbo the podcast. This is a gaming podcast which has been fully retrofitted with Mode 7 blast processing and turbo. I'm your host Infernikus, and I am joined by Mr. GaminTank.
Hello, everyone.
In this podcast, it is the most epic hour of ever, and there will be new episodes every Wednesday on GaminTank's YouTube channel. Wow, that really didn't take as long as I thought it would take.
Rolls right off the
So
tongue.
how are we doing, Mr. GaminTank?
Well, this is Super Genesis 2 Turbo, damn it.
I knew somehow I got the name wrong.
Hey, not bad. It's not bad. I mean, you have done much better than half of the times I've done this, so...
I'm going to revert to the excuse that I've used for my first episode, which was coincidentally 20 episodes ago, being it's my first day. Admittedly, it's not.
Well, I mean, it's your first day of hosting, so...
There we go.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
theoretically my first day, but... So, usually the first thing we do would be talk about one another's YouTube channels. Seeing as we did have the whole Christmas thing get in the way, I'm not sure if any of us have had anything done since the last episode.
Well,
although I'm fairly sure you have.
I kind of had to hold back an upload because... I don't know why the hell this guy isn't here. Dark Morris actually posted up the entire Metroid Prime trilogy, his Christmas special. It was a review of Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 with music by Master Wayne. And I held back one of my playthrough videos just so that way I can promote his stuff through my Facebook and Twitter, through Facebook and Twitter. So yeah, Super Yoshi Land Part 10. So we've made it 10 parts, and that happened. I can't come up with anything. I have nothing to say on it.
It's basically just a continuation from the other 9 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going through the game blind, and I'm getting hit, and I'm falling in death pits. So it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I've actually been keeping tabs on that. It's actually one of the very few series on my YouTube subscription list that I do actually click on the instant it's up, and it's actually it's a fairly enjoyable game from what I've seen. I mean, it's not exactly something I'll play myself, but mainly because I get very bored of ROM hacks very quickly. But it's definitely an enjoyable series.
Well, yeah, I used to have it like a few years ago, I think about 4 years ago, where I would watch nothing but ROM hacks, and after a while I would see a lot of them kind of blend together. But this one was different because it's been a few years since I've actually seen ROM hacks, any ROM hack videos or any games. And it was interesting because rather than having just the power-up system where you have a mushroom that would make you bigger and that would give you 2 hits, you have a life bar, and you have to keep your eye on that as well. So
That's exactly the same as myself, actually. You mentioned the ROM hacking videos. Back when I was like 18, 19, which is now a good 5-6 years ago now, I used to watch nothing but ROM hacks. It was a guy called Proton John I used to watch the whole time. Yeah. His Kaizo Mario stuff is what drew me into the whole ROM hacking world. I mean, I tried my hand at ROM hacking every now and then, but I just never had the patience with it. But like as you said there, like I noticed that a lot of them were kind of just, let's make Mario as ridiculously, needlessly difficult as we can. You know, like there weren't many fun ones, which is what you've actually stumbled across there.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking through. I was like, you know what? I have this computer. I can play a ROM hack. I've wanted to do this for so many years. Why not just go through Super Mario SMW Central and look for one? This was the first one that caught my eye. I was like, all right, I'll play this. And I've actually had the person who created it actually every now and then goes to my videos and leaves a comment.
Okay, that's actually pretty damn cool, actually.
Yeah. So to find out what this person comments, you should probably check out part 10.
Yes, I should actually. I think the last one I saw was 9, but mainly because of that whole Christmas thing getting in the way, and me being somewhat productive on my own channels. Well, trying to be productive. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Productivity's kind of been one of these things where like I'll wake up and say kind of like, yeah, I'll make 2 or 3 videos today, and it just never happens.
Yeah, my only issue with with actually doing anything productive is the fact that I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna record, I'm gonna write down stuff for a review, and then like I get taken away from that. I was like, really? It was like I was gonna write a review, now I've forgotten everything that I was gonna put down.
That's exactly the same as myself, actually. On my reviewing channel, I've been meaning to do a DLC quest review. I mean, like it's a short game and there's nothing much to write on it, so it's a nice, easy review to get myself back into reviews. But it's a case of like I've got so many ideas I want to do as cinematic jokes and gags. And it's a case of like once I think about how much work that's going to take, my mind just sort of goes, yeah, let's not do that.
Oh man, like I've had videos where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and do this, and then something happens to where I can't even make the whole video. When Super Smash Brothers on 3DS came out, that weekend, the GameStop that I go to regularly was gonna hold a tournament. It was like, okay, I can get it'll be me against one of my friends from school, or one of my friends IRL stuff. Me and one of my friends, we were gonna do this thing. All right, we're gonna do a video. We're gonna have it where I sign up for the tournament, run into you, you sign up for the tournament, and then we're gonna train against each other. And then like we were gonna film some of the stuff, not really inside of GameStop because I'm pretty sure they won't let us do that, but like the side of the building, and then just like go in and like I had all these ideas, and then like the rest of the script will be changed, like will be written to what the outcome was. Say if I won and I just come out as the winner, or I could have done something dumb where like we both came out and were eliminated immediately, like as soon as it started. Like I had so many ideas for it, and then when I got to the I couldn't film anything for some reason. I don't know why. I guess school got in the way. When I got to the tournament, they were already in the finals, so I was late for it, and I was like, damn it, so many missed opportunities with this.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as this DLC quest. I mean, I have so many different ideas of what I want to do, but it's a case of like I just need to sit down and iron out the actual video itself.
Yeah.
Before I start going, oh well, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. I mean, like I've got. Oh no, wait! I don't have game footage anymore. I accidentally deleted all my game footage, so I need to replay the entire game anyway. But that's going to take 20 minutes as it is.
Yeah, that's true. I've actually gotten through the first part of it, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a game well worth reviewing, but apart from that, it's definitely something that it's going to take me at least a couple of weeks, especially with this whole college thing getting in the way.
Oh yeah.
But yes, with my own channel, over this whole Christmas period, I managed to get one video out. I think I attempted to record 4 or 5, but one video came to fruition, which is one I pre-planned, which was a Christmas special. It was of a Steam game called Viscera Cleanup Detail Santa's Rampage, and basically it talks about, well, it doesn't talk about anything because it's a game and games don't talk, but
yes, they do.
But no, basically the game is based in Santa's workshop after he's gone a bit crazy and killed everyone, and you basically have to clean up the place.
Oh my god.
It's quite a bloody game, but it's kind of like comedic blood. I mean, it was one of those ones where I thought I'd try this new way of doing videos, trying to do this whole like scripted PewDiePie crap, and see how easy it is to do.
Hold up, that might you might offend some people. Might want not want. You could just say PewDiePie style videos. You don't have to say scripted PewDiePie crap. I mean, honestly, that's what some of us or most of us think, but we don't want to offend everyone.
But yeah, no, I went for the whole like over exaggerating everything and just.
Oh, okay. No, you're saying for a review, right?
Oh no! This wasn't for a review. This was a gameplay video.
I don't know why, but my mind just drifted off back into DLC quests. And it's like review. No, I know what you're talking about now.
But no, yeah, that one came out. God, when did it come out? About 3-4 days ago. Just check not dashboard, video manager. I think it was about 3-4 days ago it came out. Apart from that, I haven't really recorded. Wait, actually, I think I've had 2 videos come out since the last podcast because I'm not 100% sure if this one came out before or after the last podcast, but my friend got me to play an anime visual novel,
Oh my god.
and yeah, it was one called Neko Para.
Yeah.
It's currently on Steam at the moment, and I'm fairly sure most people have probably seen it already, but yeah, it was definitely an interesting game. It was an odd one, to say the
I
least.
just have to say I didn't watch it only because I'm not really into that kind of game. You know, I can't
Oh
really
yeah,
get myself to watch videos on it.
oh yeah, same. It's not exactly the kind of game which I would play, but I don't know. It, it was definitely an experience, to say the least.
So it's
I
something
mean,
we
like,
all have to experience at least once, right?
exactly, yeah. I mean, like I did throw in the disclaimer on my in the video that if I do hit 500 subs, I would play the entire game, but that's never gonna happen. So I'm safe. I'm never having to play that game again.
No, what do you mean like visual novel? Like it's just you just give like answers to things that they ask or responses.
Well, from the hour of it I had, it was nothing but reading.
Oh god.
I mean, with some visual novels, you are given options and stuff like that to do, things that will alternate the storyline and that. But with this one, because it was just a demo, it was just reading for an hour,
That's
which was
true.
something.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, this week I have a very, very brief video on a free-to-play game called Blockade 3D coming out this week, and it's basically just a minute of myself and my friend taking the piss out of it because there's more microtransactions in that game than EA would ever dream of putting into a game.
Wow. Hey, you still can't beat what was it, Rovio for that $50 bird car? Freaking
Wait, what? Oh,
Angry Birds Go. I think it was like $50 or something.
you serious? I never heard about that.
It's either 50 or 100. I remember Angry Birds Go had a ridiculous microtransaction for one vehicle, and I believe Forza. What's the one that came out at the launch? Forza Horizon, something like that.
No, that was Forza 5 that came out at the
Yeah,
Xbox One at launch.
yeah. I believe that one also had a ridiculous DLC. It was like you get one of the best cars. I believe it's like $60 for it. It's like
Yeah,
holy
you pay
shit.
real life money to play with cars. It's, like, okay, here we go. Um, um, yes, you saying there about Birds Go. I had to
Yes.
Google it just there, and there was there was a car called the Big Bang Special Edition for $124.99. It kind of makes you think most people would buy a phone for that price. You know,
My God. You could buy another. You could buy so many app games with that. You
so
could.
many better app games for that.
I know exactly. You can buy so many better games than that. You can buy so many games that don't require DLC for that, and have a
Exactly.
lot more to yourself. You could buy music. You can buy a lot. Why would you spend it on one vehicle? I wonder if anyone's even bought it.
I'd actually be kind of curious if anybody's bought it, to be honest, because they're the kind of people that don't really deserve to have those. No, no, wait. They're the kind of people that make games with microtransactions dream about. It's kind
Yeah,
of like, what if I give my character a top hat? Like they might pay a bit of extra money for that, and sadly, there are people that do that.
yeah. I mean, don't. You don't have to buy these things. I mean, that's one way of telling the developer, hey, we don't want an overpriced piece of DLC or some kind of microtransaction that is probably more expensive than 5 expansion packs for an MMO or something.
Yeah, exactly. When you think about it, what that was $125. Um, if you bought, say for example, Skyrim with all its DLC, or even Oblivion with all its expansion packs, hell, you could probably buy both with all the DLC and expansion packs for less than $125 these days, and you're getting much more of a game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could buy Destiny, and you can buy the season pass, which I believe is $30. And then, for the hell of it, you could buy the expansion pass if you wanted, and probably still come up with less than $100. I believe that might be barely tipping 110.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many more better things you can buy for that price, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it. But yeah, God, but going back to what we were originally talking about, which was our content for the week or something like that, as we're going off on a ridiculous tangent here. Um, like I was saying there about on the video plan, that's just a minute of ranting. So I'm gonna move over to you. Like, have you anything planned for the next week or so?
Um, I actually tried recording part 11 and 12 for Super Yoshi Land, but when I got through the end of the first part, I was just thinking about all the stuff I was trying to say as I was playing, and watched how my progress was going. I was like, you know what, this kind of sucks right now. So I will try and re-record it, and it's not gonna be as like not as blind as the other ones. It's just that I don't want a whole 20-minute video of me stuttering so much. I mean, you can get that here. So
Yeah, I used to have that problem a lot with my old videos, but that's mainly because I did commentary as I played.
yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm doing right now. So everything's off the top of my head, and not all the time it doesn't always become the best thing to hear, but sometimes you get those moments. It's like that was perfect.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, I moved to post commentary a while back, mainly just to combat that. I mean, like, it makes it easier to talk throughout a video because, of course, there's no pressure of you playing, and you could just talk about anything you want to talk about, kind of thing. But
Yeah,
of course, like when you, like, say if you pull off something amazing in a game and you have like one of those, oh my god, like really good reaction or something good to say about that, you're never going to be able to capture that because you're doing post com. So
yeah,
it's definitely something that's sort of like, sort of like you win some, you lose some with whatever method you use for voiceovers in video games.
yeah. I would rather go for the record as I'm playing, because then I can get some moments that I would never be able to recreate.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
That
onwards to the so onward. Are we ready to move onwards to the news, or was there something else
yes.
you wanted to add there?
Oh no, it was nothing important. I was like that, and I'm gonna try and script my next review. But aside from that, let's get right to the news. I have three stories, and I believe Infernikus has one or
I
two.
have I have just the one. I will let you go through yours first because mine is probably somewhat of a discussion point as a news, as well as a news article. So that might
Okay.
take up a good chunk of time.
Okay. Well, I believe. Okay, 343 wants to make it up for the Halo fans who got the collector's edition early, and the fact that the launch for the multiplayer wasn't so great. In fact, it was piss poor. I was one of the people who actually played it the minute it launched, like the minute it was online and ready to play on the Xbox Live marketplace. I had it downloaded. All I had to do was wait for 9 o'clock to play it. So for anyone who played Halo Master Chief Collection since launch, all the way until December 19th. So by the time you're listening to this and you got it, say, for Christmas, you will not get this. Everyone who's played it before will get a free month of Xbox Live Gold, an exclusive in-game nameplate, exclusive in-game avatar, and you will get Halo 3 ODST for free. And this is all for the Master Chief Collection. I guess ODST was supposed to come out for this. You'll be getting that for free.
No, that's not too bad actually. Although I kind of noticed that it's a running trend this year that launching games have a very very bad launch. I mean, like there's like the hit like as I said there, like the multiplayer was less than satisfactory there. With World of Warcraft actually, when they had the new expansion pack, people were waiting as much as maybe 2 days or something like that to try and get into the new servers. And then of course there was the infamous Assassin's Creed Unity this year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been like a running theme for launching games to have a really really bad launch.
Yeah, I mean that explains why the Witcher 3 has been delayed, so they can get out a lot of the bugs. So that way, hopefully, they're not one of the games that becomes just like this, becomes part of this trend.
Yeah, I think that's why Battlefield did the exact same thing as well. I mean, like I know they obviously delayed the launch well before these bugs and that were coming out in other games, but like surely that could be one of the reasons why they've sort of delayed their cops and robbers game until sometime next year, isn't it?
Yeah, which is it's a really good thing. I mean, I don't want. I mean, it looks like it's going to be just like DLC. I mean, this seems like what it would be to me. I might be wrong. Hopefully, they add something new that would be so they could separate it from 4. But to me, it just looks like 4, but DLC.
Yeah, that's the same as me. I mean, like, when they unveiled it at E3, they're saying, I was like, oh, but we've got these all new game modes, and I was sort of sitting there going, okay, but well, that one's capture the flag, that one is the death match. Like, it's like kind of like, no, you're just rehashing an old thing and just giving it a new name. That's not a new game mode. That's exactly what you've been doing the last 4 games, just renamed. But yeah, no, like these 343 and Ubisoft are doing what they can to try and make up for the game is for disappointing them, kind of thing. Like it beats how say like EA are continuously with their FIFA titles. I mean, they have probably the worst online servers known to man, and this has been going on for the last 4 games now, and they've done nothing to improve it. Like not even like giving out like maybe some free some. Well, there's not many free things they can give out, but like I'm like they could do something to try and improve the gameplay or something like that, as opposed to just sitting there going, oh no, people buy the game anyway. Like at least like 343 and Ubisoft are going like, look guys, we fucked up. Have some free stuff. We're sorry.
I would say do what Ubisoft's doing and give away a free game. But here's the thing: you're saying they do it with FIFA every year. They might be giving out too many games then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Aside from that, some sources, I'm going to use air quotes here, have told Tech Radar and VR Focus that Microsoft is working on a VR headset or virtual reality headset, kind of like the Oculus Rift or the Project Morpheus from Sony, and that some developers might already have a dev kit for it.
I actually read about this about a week or so ago, funnily enough. I don't know. I'm not so keen on this virtual reality stuff. It sort of seems to be like the new motion controller, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does actually. It's going to be this generation's version of the motion control, and watch at the end of it, they're not going to want to do it. And the first company that actually tried it, or the first company now that's known for it, Oculus, might not even want to work on it at the end of this gaming generation. Who knows? I could be wrong. It could be where Oculus becomes a thing and it just stays and it just keeps getting improved by newer updates. But when it comes to Sony's Morpheus and whatever Microsoft's going to call their headset, I have this feeling that they're going to try and integrate it with for Microsoft, they're going to try and integrate it with Windows, obviously, and they might also try and integrate it with the Xbox One. If not, then whatever next system is going to come out in like the next 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, that sounds exactly what they're trying to do. I mean, like I remember when Project NATO was announced in 2007, I think it was.
Oh yes.
2007, 2008, I think it was, and people like people were really hyped about it, going like I can't wait for this. Like it's going to revolutionize gaming. And then the Kinect came out, and well, when the Kinect came out, no one really gave 2 shits about it. Really, it was kind of like, yeah, I can flail my arms about, and it happens on the screen, and that's about it. Like there were no cute little tigers popping out the screen for you to pet or anything, like the TV advert said. It was just a really shit piece of plastic that never really worked half the time.
Yeah.
Especially with the voice commands, when it was with the voice commands when you had an accent, as was proven over here. I had a friend who had one, and obviously they have Irish accents, I have the English accent, and like the Kinect was very picky on who it understood, kind of thing. And I think there were also issues in Scotland where the thing never worked whatsoever because it just couldn't understand some of the really thick accents.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know if the Kinect for the Xbox One works any better or not. We actually tried getting it to work with NBA 2K15, which has a feature where you have to take a picture of your face and it morphs your character's face into that.
I've seen that,
and it does not work.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the iToy tried to do it for the Tony Hawk's games and some of the sports games back on the PS2.
Oh god!
Except worse.
I have one of the Tony Hawk games on the Wii, and it just did not read the board at all. We even had it. We had enough room as it was telling us that we needed. Still did not read. That sensor was just it was just broken when we got it. I guess it just didn't work.
Yeah, well, I was like, yeah, no, no. So far, continuing to stray off the subject joke, was I the only successful face transplant, so to say, from a real face to an actual gaming face that I've seen that's worked is, believe it or not, EA's. They've got a system on their FIFA games called GameFace, and it's an in-browser application where you submit an image of your face, like from the front and then from the side, and you like tell it where everything is, and it sort of like crafts your face 3D, so you can use it as your own player in the FIFA games or the Tony Hawk. No, not Tony Hawks. I mean Tiger Woods games and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
like,
that's the same thing in 2K. In 2K15, it's supposed to be something like that. However, this one just didn't work. I'm surprised the EA one works though.
yeah, same. As I remember, just jokingly, because it's done by well, obviously the in browser application, I think, is Unity. So if you right click on it, you do get the option to put it full screen. So obviously, once I had my character created, I just left it on full screen and told people to go in and just like get something from my bedroom at the time. And obviously, once they looked at my PC, all they had was a virtual 3D face of me staring at them. So it was kind of fun, kind of creeping the crap out of people, which kind of says how accurate the thing was. But yeah, no, this virtual reality stuff, I really see it being a gimmick more than anything else. You know,
I mean, hell, when the Virtual Boy was out, it seemed like it would be a gimmick. When they had like the third-party stuff that would supposedly work with your with the Super Nintendos and Sega Genesis, it seemed like a quick gimmick cash-in. This time, I think I still consider it a bit of a. I still consider it a gimmick, kind of like how the Nintendo 3DS's 3D function is. However, this time I think they're going to try and work harder at it, and it'll be, people will accept it a bit more than they used to.
yeah, I think. No, I think the Virtual Boy, much like the Dreamcast, they were both fantastic ideas, but they were well before their time. You know, like say if Nintendo came out, like say if the Oculus Rift was never known about, and this year at E3, you saw Shigeru Miyamoto come out with a funny thing on his face saying, "Oh, this is the future of gaming." People might have bought into it, but in 1995, 96, whenever the Virtual Boy came out, people were just happy with their Super Nintendos, to be honest. You know, it's kind of like, look, just give us a Mario game and we'll be happy, kind of thing.
It did have a Mario game. I mean, it seemed like it seemed somewhat like a rehash of the original Mario Brothers arcade
Oh
game.
yes, I remember that actually.
Yeah, Mario.
But, they just on a 3D plane, didn't they?
Yeah, it seemed like that, but I think that's about it. Aside from, I think, Wario Land or whatever it is that they got there.
Yeah, I think in total the Virtual Boy had about 60 games, but no, really the only time I'd probably use an Oculus Rift or something is maybe for like racing games or something like that, because I reckon it'd be really cool for that.
Oh, that would be. Yeah, actually. Well, I mean, I'm not really into racing games, but I'd imagine that'd be pretty cool because you always get that inside view in racing. I guess that's the default view in racing games now, where you see it from the inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so having that with the Oculus Rift, you know, like that would be pretty cool. But apart from that, yeah, I just really see it being this generation's motion controllers.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I mean, people can feel free to can feel free to disagree with me, to be honest.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna. It depends on what happens. Those same sources that told the two outlets that Microsoft was working on one and they had dev kits in the hands of developers already. They're saying that it could be a rumored 2015 reveal on what it is. So, if it is something that they're planning to take serious and it's going to work much more, not, I don't know. I'm just hoping it works. I'm hoping it's taken a bit more serious because this would be something really cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if it does go well, I'm going to call it now. That E3 2016 is going to be all about the virtual reality. Like if they launch it and it goes well, I mean, what was it? was it E3 2013 that Microsoft were all about to connect, and then they realized, oh shit, we fucked this up.
Yeah, what was it? The PlayStation had the Move, which I'm not gonna lie, the Move is not that bad actually.
I've never used the move. I never used the move, but I just had to laugh at my friend's description of it, which I will not mention on this podcast in case there are little kids in case there are kids listening to us.
I'm just gonna say this: we have said so many swear words and so many inappropriate jokes on the podcast. I'm pretty sure no little kid's gotten this far.
True, actually. True, actually, yes. Yeah, but yeah, basically, my friend just turned around and said, "Yeah, they look like two light-up dildos."
That's an accurate description.
And I started going, "You're not wrong."
Oh no! The ridiculous one is the Wii remote, and then you had the sleeve over it.
Oh yes. Oh, they always looked ridiculous.
It's funny because I have those.
And then, no wait, there's the rubber covers, and then there's like the add-ons to the top of it that don't even help.
Oh, the plastic ones.
Yeah, like the plastic add-ons to make like a baseball bat and a tennis racket and shit.
Oh man, I've only seen those. I've never got those because why? It seems it's just plastic.
I've seen them and again never used them, mainly because I've never owned a Wii. The only time I've played a Wii was probably when I'm visiting my family and I'm bored, and it's kind of like, well, my sister has a Wii. I can probably play Wii Sports or something.
Yeah, Wii Sports is fun, but it's a party game. You have to play it with family or friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially tennis. Tennis is what really takes it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that and baseball were really the only two I thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, I can't play baseball. The people I play against people and they play really cheap. You know, like the pitches that will just drop at the bait. That will just drop in the strike zone to where you can't hit it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just nothing but that. I was like, why do I play this game still? I'll play bowling. At least then I'll have a chance.
Yeah, thankfully over here, us Europeans don't know how to do that, so...
Oh, good. Then I will tell you how to do it, and then you will be the most hated.
As opposed to what I usually am.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess the last story we can come up with... Well, the last story I have is... during the Christmas break, PlayStation Network and Xbox Live have been down through a bunch of DDoS attacks or something like that, and it's all done by a group called I just saw the Lizard Squad. Now, it's not so much as the fact that they've been taken down and they've been down for a few days. It's the fact that I don't know what the hell is up with local news. I guess they were trying to tie that to the release of the interview online.
Yeah, what was it? Going off topic, the interview is actually a decent movie. I downloaded it and watched it recently, but recently actually, I think one of the members of Lizard Squad actually came out and said that the only reason they did it was to prove how crap that Xbox and Microsoft, that Microsoft and Sony had over their networks, which to me seems a pretty shitty excuse. I mean, part of me is just sort of saying there has to be more than that. I mean, it's kind of like breaking into an art museum, not taking a painting and just leaving a note going, "I broke in just to show you that your security is shit." You know?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Well, actually, yeah, they were saying this is like that Microsoft and Sony are stupid, that they literally have monkeys working behind computers, or they're literally monkeys behind computers, and that they would have better luck if they hired someone that knew what they were doing, and if they weren't around prisons and hired people who were convicted for stuff, they would make a better chance of preventing attacks. I don't get any of this stuff. This argument's weird.
No, I can understand the logic behind it. I mean, realistically, who would know better how to get past their security system than someone that's been arrested for getting past its security systems? But realistically, would you trust that kind of person to go online and sort of like work on securing your networks.
Um,
It's kind of like going, oh, this person's broken into 6 houses and stolen numerous things. You know
would you
what?
trust this guy having a security system around your house?
Exactly, yeah. Like realistically, yes, they could be great people to innovate the industry, but at the same time, they could ridiculously fuck you over.
Yeah, you could have a bunch of people just come in, just grab a bunch of secrets, and it's like, hey, I got all this stuff. I can leak all this stuff to you guys.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, like it really is a double-bladed was it a double-bladed whatchamacallit, a
Double-edged
double-bladed
sword,
knife.
a double-edged sword, or something like that.
Yeah, double-edged sword, yeah.
Well, yes, you could prevent other attacks, but you could also be getting yourself because the guy could just turn on you and just walk away, like none of this ever happened, or well,
Yeah,
he could do more damage to you.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, like it's really something that it's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Okay, 2 seconds. But yeah, it's definitely something that I don't know. I mean, like when I heard about it, I took no notice of it. I thought, like the servers are just crashing because of all the new kids getting their PS4s and Xbox Ones.
No,
And
that's what
then
I
once it
thought.
hit the second and third days, like my head kind of like, like my head kind of like turned up. Of, hang on, this isn't like a normal attack.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
mean,
yeah, and then another part of me was just sitting there going, haha, glorious PC gaming master race.
I guess the consoles have to catch up. Well, I was happy with my 3DS because I now have 3 new games on it, and I've been playing them ever since. So,
2 seconds. Okay, there we go. Oh god, no, again, games wise, I got nothing new to play, but the Steam sales are on, so I might pick up something during it somehow. I don't know. Like I see myself going through all the reductions, going, I could buy this, I could buy this, I could buy this, I could buy this. No, this is a terrible idea.
yeah,
But
so,
yeah, no,
no, go ahead.
but yeah, no, it's definitely a weird case. I mean, like hopefully it's kind of resolved soon, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what the outcome of it is because I know people like Rockstar had a special Christmas event going for GTA Online, and they've sort of
Yes.
said, look, we're going to extend it because obviously none of you have been able to get online to get this, and we're not going to take it offline just because some idiot decided to take down the entire network kind of thing.
Yeah, so, honestly, I I really don't have a guess of what could happen. I mean, if they're let into the company, that's I guess great on their end because then they get to work with them and improve the system, or they can work with them and then screw them over even more.
Yeah, they could be working from the inside, so to say.
Or are these guys willing to continue DDoSing the servers, and then we're just left without we're left without online play for. I mean, it could go as far as a month, or depending on how long these guys are willing to continue doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or until they're caught, because it's only really a matter of time before one they either get traced. Like I'm not. I mean, like I don't know too much behind this whole hacking and DDoS attacks, but I'm fairly sure these things can be traced.
Yes, they can.
And I do understand that, of course, 9 times out of 10, it's not their machine that's doing their personal machine that's doing it. Most DDoS attacks are done by botnets, which are obviously a network of computers that have been taken over by malware by someone else. So, like it's someone else's computer being used by proxy, so to say.
Oh, okay.
But realistically, really only time will tell what will happen with this case. To be honest.
All right. Yeah. So, guess we're gonna have to find out and see what happens to it.
Find out next time on something DDoS attack.
Hey, maybe within like the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll find out what happens at the end of it. You have been listening to the DDoS stories.
Yeah, that could be
Or
like a new segment or something. DDoS, the DDoS update. Unless, of course, it's over by next week, and then there will be no update.
DDoS Chronicles. It sounds like something that should be tied with, like, made by Konami, or
It does actually.
Think of DDR.
Oh god, actually, speaking of Konami, that sort of ties into a new story which I didn't plan on mentioning, but because I forgot about it. But since you mentioned Konami, Hideo Kojima over Christmas Day, I think it was, trolled every single Metal Gear Solid fan over a 3 hour stream
Oh,
where
wait,
he
wait, wait,
said,
wait. Hold on. Time out, time out. I think we need to bring someone into this.
"Yes, we do."
Yes, we will bring him in right now. If I can remember how to do this.
Yeah, I'll do it there.
Okay, yeah, bring him in. This is exciting.
I wonder who our special guest can be.
Hello?
Oh, it's Morris.
There
You
we
are
go.
live on Super Genesis 2 Turbo.
Podcast.
Make your song request now.
Right. The touch by Sandbush. You got the touch. You got the power. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I just woke up.
Okay, well, we're actually still recording, and we're leaving
Cool.
this all in, only because Infernikus has a story, and it has to do with Metal Gear Solid.
Cool. It's happening.
Yes. On Christmas Day, I believe it was, Hideo Kojima did a 3 hour long stream where he spoke about Metal Gear Solid 5 to Phantom Pain, and apparently promised he would reveal at the end when the game would be released. So of course, people watched avidly for 3 hours on their Christmas dinner. On their Christmas Day when they could be drinking and doing whatever the hell else they do during Christmas. So it comes to the final 10-15 minutes, and of course, there's no announcement made. And Hideo now talks about this announcement. There was no announcement at the end of the stream. It was just him revealing a chicken hat DLC for the game to take the piss out of the whole DLC thing. So of course, Twitter went into a meltdown, and most people was, it was split into two parties. Either people wanted to kill Hideo Kojima, and the other half were praising him just for pissing off everyone.
Oh my
Awesome.
That is
Awesome.
great. I love it.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh, man.
I would be on the boat that's everybody got fooled.
Yeah,
But
same.
would you be on that stream? Would you be watching the
Yeah.
stream?
No, I wouldn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid and Hideo Kojima, but I wouldn't sit through something like that.
Hey,
Yeah. Same.
I'm a busy person. I got things to do.
Yeah, that's true. Where those who aren't busy, I'm pretty sure a lot of people still wouldn't sit down for 3 hours. They'd probably try to make it like the last hour or so.
Even if they did do that, and he did do an announcement, it would still get blasted on the internet, so I would read about it later anyway.
That's
yeah,
true.
exactly. I mean, like these big stream things, like no matter what happens, if you watch it or you don't watch it, you're gonna find out what happens anyway. So there's, sometimes it's cool to watch, but like the console releases last year, like when they unveiled PS4 and the Xbox One, they were kind of cool to watch, but we were gonna find out what happened nonetheless, kind of thing.
You gotta
Well,
find out.
with EA,
From,
with
you just gotta,
E3, I like to watch that stuff.
yeah, E3's alright to watch. I mean, I haven't watched it as much as I should be, or as much as I would like to, but only because I end up doing other things.
Those are things that are not gonna strain me. They're fun. That's something fun to happen in June that I like to sit through and experience. Not a 3 hour stream where nothing happens. This is Hideo Kojima. He's gonna pull something.
And it was great of him to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, as some people said, come on, it's Hideo Kojima. He's not exactly going to tell you outright anything. I mean, like, he didn't. I mean, like, with Metal Gear Solid 2, he didn't even tell anybody, anyone that's going to play the game, that you were only going to play as Solid Snake for the first hour of it, and then there was no more playing as Solid Snake for the rest of the game.
Yeah, everybody expected Solid Snake throughout the whole game. Nope, you have to play as Raiden. And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, at Twitter and Facebook at that time, it would have gone into meltdown.
Yeah, but
And then,
that was not a thing back then. Just forums.
And then, if it was a Facebook and Twitter thing at that time, knowing how the servers probably could have been by then, you would not be able to go on it. Just saying.
Exactly.
Totally.
But yeah, no, it's definitely one of the funnier things that happened this week. Anyway, I mean, like when you have DDoS attacks, that's, it's kind of like a nice bright side to
Yeah.
Did we talk about all like XBLA? I mean, Xbox Live and PlayStation 3 network
PlayStation
all
Now
being
being
down?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
just
just
missed that
missed it.
segment.
Oh man! Oh,
I mean, if you want to say something about it, you have, go right ahead.
Yeah, the stage is yours.
that's all that needs to be said. Is like, haha, I was playing on my Wii U.
I was playing my 3DS and a little bit of Far Cry 4, so
That's generally the exact same thing I said. I just thought, PC Master Race.
PC
Yeah,
must
everything
race.
but Xbox and
Console's gotta catch up.
PlayStation. Fun times. Are we done news, or are there more stories?
We have one last one, which is my second and last one of the week. Which, let's see, according to the creator of World of Warcraft, video gaming should be an Olympic event.
Oh,
Oh
no.
hell!
The opinions,
It's good
people.
enough that like people. It's bad enough that you're called athletes. You don't want to be in the Olympics. That's pushing the boundaries
Yeah, exactly.
really
yeah.
hard.
I mean, although what I find funny is that most of these esports players and like hardcore, competitive gamers, so to say, are the kind of people that take the piss out of sports games, going saying they're not real games, and yet they want to be considered as a sport. I mean, it seems a little bit hypocritical by my books, or is that just me?
No,
No, you're on
it
the
sounds
money.
hypocritical. I mean, why would you
I
go and
agree.
bash this whole thing and just say, "Hey, we want to be a part of it too"? Why the hell?
Yeah,
Why the hell should we let gamers be a part of the Olympics if the hardcore ones that have like the louder voices end up saying that sports are stupid? Why you guys even watch that? Well, here's the
Exactly.
thing: they could look at us and say, "Well, watching you guys play video games is stupid. Why the hell should we accept it?"
Exactly. Like we're not saying here that gamers are stupid, and we're just saying that the ideology of it being, well, here we go.
Are we talking about nerds not liking to watch sports? That's that what we're
I
talking
mean,
about
I
here?
can sit down and watch a game of basketball and just notice, like, oh, okay, he's doing that wrong. Oh, that was, like the plays that they do. And then I can look at a game and it's like, okay. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I'm a huge football slash soccer fan, to the point where if I'm watching a game, you'll see me screaming at the TV, going, "Why the fuck did you kick it that way?" Typical sports fan kind of thing. Like,
Get up,
you're
your
like,
legs
"What the
are
fuck are you
broken."
doing?" What?
you look like you just got shot. Come on, get up. Stop faking it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, what was I? Yeah, like I was watching my team yesterday, and one of our players headbutt another player and got sent off, and that was me going, "You stupid," like effing and blinding and being slightly racial about it because he's from France. But can you
You're
really
like-
see people doing that about like League of Legends, going, "Oh my god, you stupid idiot! Why didn't you press Control F, or why didn't you hotkey 5 that guy?"
You have
know,
people
like-
that,
People actually do that.
yeah, you have
Do
people
they?
that do that, or you have people that say, "Oh, you idiot! Why the hell did you tech at that time? It was wrong, like stupid
There
idea
are
you had
like
for like
people
fighting
that
games."
do let's plays and playthroughs, and
Oh God.
the commenters, the people watching that, will get mad if you're sucking. They will let you know that what the hell are you doing?
I know where
You
this is going.
suck.
I know where this is
Eh.
going.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. I watched Frank's video. It is Mario Land 1 part 10, and God, I was watching through that, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Keep running. Go back there. Why are you going back?
Okay,
Oh!
now let me tell you this. The only difference between that and a competitive event like League of Legends or Smash Brothers or Street Fighter or stuff like that is the fact that with Super Yoshi Land, the rescue mission, I'm playing through that area blind. I don't know what's coming up ahead, so I have to try.
But there was that area, that one starlight area, that one stage. You went up there, and you're like, you went there, you were up there for a second, then you jumped back down that area where there's little buzzsaw going back and forth. And you're like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm like,
That was-
go back there.
That was me not noticing that little ramp thing that you can run
because
up.
you were up there just for a second and you left. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well-
Stay up there. Look, there's something up there that you need to see that will make you progress. And then, oh,
Well-
I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. Then you went back there. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Well, I mean, that's an authentic playthrough then. I mean, you have people that will not catch that the first time, and they go back and look at it. It's like, oh, that's what I was supposed to do.
Everything is apparent to me.
Not everything's apparent to me. I mean, there were things I missed. One of the levels from, I believe, part 3 or 4 had a feather that I was supposed to get, and I didn't notice it because it was on the top of the screen and only half of the sprite was showing. And I was paying attention to what was in front of my character, not what was above me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like that happens.
You didn't die in that. Oh, you did die in there. You did die in that. Made me mad. Yeah, maybe that mad that you died. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay.
Keep running. Beat the stage as fast as possible. Speed run this shit. I don't want to sit here and watch your dog. I don't want to see your mediocre fucking playthrough.
Oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. I could just talk about the first part of your Legend of Zelda playthrough, but I mean, I already did.
Yeah, well, go ahead. But that's Legend of Zelda. Who's played that?
You were dying in the the first or second dungeon? How do you die in that dungeon?
No, that was Legend 3.
No, it wasn't.
Level 3. Go back and watch the stream.
Okay, well, whatever.
I skipped part 2 and went right to 3. That's what happened there.
Okay.
That's fine.
As for the competitive gaming becoming Olympic events, I don't know.
Give it 5 years.
Yeah. I would say give it 5 years because as of right now, I don't think it would be accepted as much as it would be later on down the road. So yeah,
right
5
now
years.
it's becoming like snowboarding. That's what's happening right now. It's getting recognized. It's getting some appeal.
Let it
There's
get
a
some
big
more
world
recognition.
global event.
Yeah,
That's like $5 million for a reward prize to the winner. So that's a thing.
No, just the thing that gets me is that they want video games to be part of the Olympics, yet they got rid of wrestling. And I don't mean like this WWE wrestling. I mean like actual wrestling.
Olympic wrestling. Yeah,
actual legitimate wrestling, not WWF.
Not professional
WWE.
wrestling, Olympic wrestling, where it's all the technical stuff. Where it's like, I'm not very
and
familiar with
that's
that.
been there and that had been there since the like the original Olympics back like 4000 BC or something like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they got rid of that.
It's all for ratings, so they're trying to get noticed. So if they're so desperate and like they're like, oh fuck, let's throw in video games in there. What the kids play? League of Legends. All right, whatever. Put that in there. I don't care.
I guarantee they'll try and take they'll try and take something like Smash Brothers and put in there. It's like, oh, there's Super Mario. There's that guy from Legend of Zelda. There's Pokemon. There we go. Kids will like watching that. They'll watch this. Guarantee that'll happen.
If I was in charge, I'd be like Ninja Gaiden, speedrun that shit.
Ninja Gaiden. You got to go through. You got to pass World 6 or level 6.
You have a speedrun. If you die, you're done. That's it. That's your record. We'll time you, and we'll time you. We'll look at your progress. Maybe your point system.
You'll have a bizarre. You'll have a bizarre looking score screen, just like the Wizard.
Sure. Yeah. That's how it would happen.
Yeah, Video Armageddon at the Olympics.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. They could do a Call of Duty thing and just have teams, international teams playing like 6-on-6 teams, and
that's actually how they
go through a bracket thing in the Olympics. That would be cool. I would watch that.
That's actually how all these MLG and esports tournaments actually go. And
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's how they have them all set up, and people just
no, they're actually not national teams. They're actually like teams, like say like how soccer teams are.
Yeah.
Like I know with League of Legends over in Europe, the biggest team here I think it's called Fnatic or something like that, and there's guys from Spain, Finland, France. You know, like they're from all over the continent, kind of thing, as opposed from them being from just the one country.
So it's more like you're watching a sport like basketball, hockey, international football, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but apart from, of course, with the Olympics, they'd all have to be from the same nation.
Yeah. I believe.
So all represent Canada.
Halo 3 had it. I'm forgetting all the team names. I know there used to be Straight Rippin'. There used to be oh god, I used to know the teams. I forget it. Call of Duty has their own, like TK, Optic, FaZe.
Optic and FaZe are really the two big ones because they appear in all the piss take videos.
What else is there? fuck. I used to know a lot of the team names, and then I just kind of forgot about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just people who just form their own
to me.
Yeah, they just form their own teams they try to get as many great players as they can, and then they go just around the country just playing.
You're suck. You're out.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You're getting old. Your reaction time is a point of a percentage off. You're out. Sorry.
That'd be an interesting one.
No, that's how it is. For League of Legends, you get older, then your reaction time decreases, degenerates, and they just kick you out because you're too slow.
I mean, it's not just League of Legends. It's all video games. Your reaction time is a bit slower. It's a bit less accurate. So
yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, then they're like, what am I going to do now if I just my whole life was gaming? Where do I go now?
It's like, well, that's your problem now.
Well, then here's the thing. I mean, by the time they get to that point, they already chances are people know who they are. Just open up a Twitch channel and just start streaming. People
That's very true, actually.
I mean, people know you, so you might as well just play games on that and then just let the money come in.
So we can agree that it's a big no for now for the Olympics to have video games.
I
for now,
accept it now. Talk to me in 5 years.
For now, it's a no. In about 5 years, chances are we might see it there in whatever the hell the next Olympics is taking place. And here's the question: is it going to be summer or winter?
Ooh, probably summer Olympics because girls don't like to go outside too much.
So we'll have it in winter.
That's my winter. Yeah, we'll make it in winter and make them play these games in the freezing cold.
Make them play with like people snowboarding over them. Like add a level of difficulty.
Yeah, just like they're right in the middle of it. They're right in the center of there's two hash pipes. Hash pipes.
Two hash
pipes on either side of them while they're playing with their little desk and they're playing their game.
They're getting high as they play.
And snowboarders are flying over them.
I honestly think we've just created a new sport now.
Oh God!
Yeah, there you go, Olympics.
But here's the thing.
There you go, Greece.
They would have to have multiple of the same machine with the exact same specs in it, all playing that game. So that would have to be another thing.
Well, that's easy, Frank.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that has to be another thing.
This is simple. This is necessities. They could do this. This is money. Like, get all this shit. This is how it all should be. Good. All right, we're done. For the Olympics. We
Don't
can
forget
afford
to have the snowboarders and the hash pipes.
I just have to listen to this podcast and be like, let's get this all together next year.
Like, damn
Surprise these assholes.
Ran out of ideas. Or they took our ideas, those bastards.
Super Genesis Turbo 2, the podcast, now copyrights this idea.
Patent pending.
Patent pending.
But yeah, so with that done, shall we move on to our actual subject of the podcast, seeing as we are running very over time at the moment?
Oh, yes, we are.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so earlier this week, Dark Morris came to us with the subject of should the console companies now ditch previous gen consoles and focus wholly on the current gen consoles? I will let Dark Morris.
Yes, please, God, yes.
There we go.
Forget all this old gen shit. Focus on new gen. I want my games to look better. I want everything to be better. I don't want you to be like, oh, there's a 360 version.
Okay, now
crap.
Hold up. You're saying that that's a developer thing. That's developers want to make it for both consoles, and unlike companies like Ubisoft that ended up creating a completely different game for a last gen Assassin's Creed for Xbox and PS3. They have that, and then we have Unity. Honestly, not yet. I wouldn't want them getting rid of the services yet. Because it's gonna take a while for people to transition from old consoles to new consoles. Because here's the thing, they have a bunch
Fuck them.
Alright, you heard him, Infernikus. Fuck you.
Yeah. Forget those people if they're too lazy to get into the new gen stuff.
It's not always laziness.
Stay behind.
It's not
I don't
always
care.
laziness.
It's always interest. It's a thing of interest. Of course, their wallet speaks for themselves, but
it could also be a lack of interest.
Yeah, I know. So why the hell would they want to keep game? So forget them then if they don't have any interest in new gen.
man, last time I checked, new games came out last year, around the same year that new systems came out, and I'm sure that those servers they would want people to continue playing the games and keep the servers up for
I don't
at least
care about
another
the
2 or 3 years.
servers. I don't
Especially
care
for,
about the
like,
servers.
Grand
I
Theft
just
Auto.
want my games to look better on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Then maybe it's a problem of the developers rushing out the games as opposed to them actually caring about both formats, because they didn't have this kind of problem with the PS3 and Xbox 60 whilst keeping the games on the Xbox and the PS2.
We're just talking about the Master Chief Collection, Unity, and what else? That's it. Those games were rushed out and died. Well, not died.
Well, actually, Morris, you actually missed the story I brought up. People who got Master Chief Collection all the way to like December 19th are getting ODST for free.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm getting that.
Who cares?
So you should have gotten it earlier.
Might as well get nothing.
Really?
You also get the ODST.
5
Oh,
games
I don't
for
want anything anymore.
It's 5 games for the price of 1.
Hey, ODST. Nobody likes ODST. Who likes ODST?
People just like to go
Be like
through a
Frank.
campaign.
I do.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Like to play as a human? No, I want to be a fucking Spartan.
All right, yeah, okay, I get it. Calm down.
Spartan, Frank.
But yeah,
Spartan. But armor.
I mean, just do what Microsoft did or what Sony did after what 2009. You couldn't play anything on the original Xbox anymore. They gave it a few years, so I mean, I believe they're gonna give it a few more years.
Well, I don't. You're talking about servers. I don't care about the servers. Just make the games better and stop making ports on the older gen consoles. That's the thing.
That's ineffectively cutting off like a huge chunk of the gaming market when you think about it.
I do. I understand that, but who cares? Just forget those people.
I mean, you're pretty much
They
cutting
don't
off
wanna
your
make
nose
the jump.
to spite your face.
Yes. Make better games.
I see. Well, you already know where
I
my
know.
stance
Well,
is on
tell
it.
me. Well, let me know your. Why should we care about these people?
Because not everybody can afford next-gen consoles.
Not everybody's
But nobody's leaving you behind.
Not
Well,
everyone's.
nobody's leaving you behind.
Not
But
everyone's
it's not.
interested in a new
You got
gen
all the
console.
games. You got all your games on your 360. Nobody's taking those away. You're just not getting anything new. If you want things new, you got to get the new consoles. I never had this in the Super Nintendo and 64 era. It
Oh,
was
then
like-
we'll go. Well, you know what else we didn't have in the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation and all that stuff? Like what we didn't have
Tell
in that
me.
era.
Tell me.
We didn't have games that were. Well, I mean, they probably did, but not big AAA titles that were coming out as buggy pieces of code and stuff. You know, buggy pieces of programming. I mean, with the bugs that we
Okay.
have in Assassin's Creed, the server.
Well, if you're
issues
on
with
the
Halo,
lower,
this-
if you were on the older gen and you got Rogue, this doesn't occur to you. This is Unity. It was only on new gen consoles, which terribly sucked, and I didn't get into that boat because I knew it was gonna suck. And
Then
I'm
what-
done with Assassin's Creed, so it doesn't matter right there.
Then what they need to do is stop pumping out games every single year. I mean, with this new
That's
technology,
not the
it's going to
problem.
take- Yeah,
This
that-
is
that
not the
the
problem
though.
here.
That is the problem, though.
This is not the topic.
No, I'm saying that the problem is that they're basically pumping out a new Assassin's Creed game every single year, and with the new
No problem with
consoles,
that.
with the new technology of the new consoles, it's going to take a bit longer. But these devs don't understand that. That's why these new consoles aren't doing as well.
These consoles are doing well.
And besides, probably another reason is to profit. I mean, if they're making ports of a game, they're making that game available for older systems and newer systems and PC, so everyone could get their hands on it. The money will go to the developers. So,
And hopefully, ineffectively make better games, less buggier games.
yeah.
No, this is just this. Yes, it's annual release, but they were trying to be too ambitious with this game that they wanted to make it 4-player simultaneous co-op in a single game experience. That That was the problem with Unity. This is a very isolation developer in a single game. Sure, we had the same thing like a year or two ago with Warfighter, Medal of Honor, EA, but nobody gave a shit about that game. That just died and killed the franchise. Sure, Microsoft screwed up with the Master Chief Collection, but that's only isolated to the multiplayer aspect of the game. It's still the single player is still intact, I believe, and nobody cares what the Sony is screwing up with their driving game. What is it? Drive Club? That's what they screwed up with. Yeah. That has nothing to do with these games just looking better and stop pouring their resources into the old gen stuff. Stop making they could make more. I'm not sure how they're doing this because of the fans, and they're probably doing this at a loss.
So your solution to all of this is to cut out everyone playing last gen from now.
I'm not saying this is not. There's no solution. This is just something I want.
What you're saying that should happen is that anyone with a new gen with a last gen system is officially screwed. They're done. Stop making games for that one and put all your resources into the next gen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put all your resources into the new stuff. Forget the old stuff. Keep the servers up. We'll do that. We'll keep the servers up, just to focus on making better looking games on these systems. So what I would like. I'm feeling that's severely handicapping the new gen right now.
Okay.
To be fully new gen.
Yeah. That would probably happen within like a year or two. But I'm gonna say that is a good idea. But not so much as better looking games, because obviously you are going to get better looking games on the next generation consoles, or on our current generation consoles. How about more functional games? Games that actually work as they were intended to.
Again, this is an isolated issue with Ubisoft, Frank. This is isolated. Sure, they screwed it up. EA was going through this last year, but nobody cared.
I mean,
everybody's freaking out over Ubisoft.
Not just with Ubisoft. I'm just saying, like, all the developers, they can bring out more polished games.
Ooh.
I'm not saying any company in particular.
This year as well. So did Halo. I mean, that's free.
I said Halo, but I said it's isolated to the multiplayer. That's a thing. Who cares?
And some of the online co-op,
half a functional game.
And some of the co-op was not.
Who's playing co-op online? If you're gonna get Halo, they would get their buddy. They have friends. People like buy Halo have friends that they want to sit on a couch with and play Halo with.
Most people don't play with their friends in rooms these days. Remember?
No. This is Halo. People that are fans of Halo had buddies from the first one, and they've been buddies from the last 10 years. Last 14 years.
I would like to take that. I would like to do this one thing. Find out the people who played the original Halo. Find out if, one, they have the Master Chief Collection, and two, if they invite their friends over to play local multiplayer.
Do.
And how do you know that? You know that every single Halo Master Chief Collection player actually does that?
A lot of the people that played Halo from back then would still keep playing Halo today. And they would have friends they would come over to play co-op with. Maybe they want to do some system linking at the same time, so they would just get like the same console in the same house.
I don't think
they would get friends over.
One.
No, I'm not saying they could. Well, I don't know if they could system link with the Xbox One, but whatever, they would do it in a private match. Their friends would all be in one room, one house, one area, and that's how they would do it.
Right.
Yes, this is a thing. This is what I would do.
I don't think this would be a thing now, but that's my opinion.
But again, yeah, you're right. Probably they all got kids now and girlfriends, and they're maybe even married, so they're not cool anymore.
Yeah, and I don't imagine any younger gamer would want to have all. Well, actually, then again, that might be a different thing. But instead of
the younger gamers, why are they getting the Xbox One? Sure, they're probably just fine with the Advanced Warfare.
Yeah,
these younger kids are probably okay with that game.
Yeah, and then something
but in Halo, if it's like, it's not working. Oh, good God, what am I gonna do? I'll just play the multiplayer. I'll just play the single player and whatever some other games. It's not the end of the world that the multiplayer doesn't work, Frank.
To some people, it is.
Yeah, sadly,
Depends.
the players more care about the multiplayer modes as opposed to the single player modes. As like, how many games have you seen these days where they have a really crappy single player mode, and then the multiplayer mode is like 90% of the game?
Ghost. I'm just gonna say Ghost.
No, I believe that the people are more rational, and I just don't freak out if something doesn't work properly. They could come back to it later. There's patches. This is not just a terrible step, a fatal mistake like EA did with Medal of Honor Warfighter. This is Microsoft. They know it's going to get fixed. It's not the end of the world.
You're talking about the same. You're talking about the same group of people that would also go on Twitter and freak out when Xbox Live and PSN have been down for the past 2 days or 3 days, whatever it is.
Well, that's different.
You're
That's
not gonna,
fun to complain about.
I mean, you're getting them to freak out about something that's been down for 2 or 3 days. How about this, where there's a feature that's not working properly for not 2 or 3 days, but like a few weeks since its launch?
I will tell you, if Microsoft wasn't doing last gen stuff, they would have the resources to make this functional in time of release. Yeah.
So don't I go back to my point that the game devs need to stop rushing out games?
Yeah.
No, they were trying to make They're trying to make a. They had ample time for Halo. This collection. It's not a thing about scheduling. It's not like.
No, I see it down. I see it down as a case as this Chief Collection was just keep people going into a Halo 5, and they didn't really put that much effort into it. And now we're not seeing no effort into this.
Yeah. So I think this situation is just the fact that they didn't understand the Xbox Online too well. When they released it, they didn't anticipate all these problems that would come with making this game online, because they're trying to do a lot again, kind of like what the Unity did. They're trying to. These are maps across all the Halo games except Halo Reach. So they're trying to put down all that on a server for the cycle through, the filter through, shuffle through, and that just ruined everything. That was too much for the system to handle.
I have a thought for something.
Not system to handle. They just didn't iron out all the details to it. This is just something you can't anticipate upon release.
I have a thought about the Halo. What you just said about that. Where you're saying that it was all the maps except for Halo Reach. I have this feeling that Halo Reach is going to make its way onto it. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be some sort of like unannounced DLC.
Yeah,
that could be a thing.
So,
Again,
even though it's
there
called
you
the
go.
Master Chief Collection, you might as well just rename it the Halo Collection and then just have all those. I mean...
Well, it's because Bungie had some kind of legal claim to Reach, I think, is why
Okay.
they didn't include Reach.
Yeah, but I have this feeling that it will make its way onto the Xbox One soon, so that's gonna happen.
Possibly.
That's just a side thought to what you were talking about.
Who cares about Reach? Let's play it on the 360. The maps are still, the servers are up. Their servers are still up. There you go.
Oh, that's the game. That's the exact same system you said that developers should completely avoid developing for. And just
I said
stick to new
leave the servers up. I've been very explicit about leaving the servers
Fine.
up. I didn't say
Developing
you still got the same game. There you go. You got Halo Reach. Play it. It's
developing
cheap.
new
It's
games.
it's $20. It has the servers up. It's as good as it always is. People still like it better than 4. There you go. And that's the Halo game. That's the de facto Halo game to play on the 360. It is. I know my facts. Sometimes I'm a little Sometimes I speak a little bit out of my ass, but that's fine.
A little.
But usually I'm on the
I'm,
money and I know what I'm talking about here.
oh yeah, but I say I'm glad you're the one. I'm glad you're the one to say that.
Yeah. I'm always the one that says this stuff. Like, do you guys believe me? Do I have fair ground here? Am I just a jackass that needs to shut up and doesn't know what he's talking about?
I honestly think you're saying what suits your agenda as opposed to what suits the gaming community in general.
Yeah, what could suit the majority rather than just yourself. That's kind of what we were going towards. For you, sometimes there are
Well,
times
there's
where
more
you're.
people like me. I'm not just the only one here. It's like, fuck old gen stuff. Stop porting games for that system. Focus
But then
on
you
the
have
new stuff.
Yeah, but then you have people that's like, fuck new gen stuff. We're cool with the old stuff. Please
Nobody
keep making
cares.
stuff
They
for
have to sell. They have to sell. They have to make their new gen profitable. So that's not going to matter to
Yes,
the people, the corporations.
you have
They
both
need to
kinds of
make- you have to-
people, so they might as well just cater to both. And it's like, okay, we have this game and we have a port for the older consoles, so both of you
But
shut
then
up.
it's not as. But we're still in the. I'll say we're still in the transitional phase here, where it's kind of both ebb and there's an ebb and flow to who's more profitable, old gen or new gen. That's what's happening right now.
I honestly think the one thing the gaming consoles are missing out, and it's something that we've missed since the PS2, and that's backwards compatibility.
We'll never get that.
Because if say if the Xbox One and PS4 had backwards compatibility, then we wouldn't have this problem. You know, people would happily trade
But
up.
nobody cares about the backwards compatibility. They talk about it, but Sony's like, here's the PlayStation 3. You could play PlayStation 1, 2, 3 games on your PlayStation 3. But there's like that was like $600. I'm like, no.
I
No,
still
and
would've-
they
I
had
still
it
would've gotten it.
for the 360 as well. You could play Xbox games on the 360, but there were so few games and nobody cared about it. Who cares? I didn't care.
Yeah,
That
the
was
only
the
reason
thing,
it
there were
worked
only
so well with the
few.
PS2 is because you could play every single game, and there was no price increase because of it. I mean, like that's why as a kid I was happy to get rid of my PS1 to get a PS2 because I could still play all my old games. You know, like I'm not throwing out a console to get a console where I'm gonna have to buy a completely new collection of games. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like from the GameCube to the Wii, you can play all your. Well, I don't know if it's all or most of it of your GameCube games. You can play it on the Wii. It's like the DS and the 3DS. You can play all your DS stuff on the 3DS with a few exceptions.
Yeah, so with the Wii U, I accept that. That's good. I like that I could play Wii games on it because my Wii broke, and I'm like, so Wii games. I
And
take advantage of that sometimes, but not all the time.
And it's not just
That's cool
not
with the
just
Wii U.
What's even cooler is that it's not just the physical Wii games; it's also the digital games that you can play on it, like the virtual console stuff. Yeah, you can port that all over to.
Yeah,
you put that all on the Wii U, and you can play it, and that's perfect.
Yes. Not too, yeah. Like, why would you? Yeah, that's the thing. It shouldn't be a selling point. It's there if you like it, then it shouldn't cost too much.
It should be a
But
neat feature.
people don't care about it.
I care about it. I mean, I would love to have the Xbox One play 360 games.
Not me. I don't care. That's fine that this thing doesn't play older stuff. That would make it more pricey and just more complicated and may probably break the system.
Well, yeah, but then again, it's like, well, I mean, it'd be nice to have something that's backwards compatible because the system I currently have is probably either
But then
really
again,
old. Because I mean, systems don't last as long as they used to.
Well, we're talking about the last gen PlayStation 3 and 360 where they died really quickly.
Yeah,
I have faith in Xbox One and PlayStation 4 that they will not be so brittle.
No, my 360 is working pretty well. I mean, I've had my 360. God, how long is it now? 4 years now, and I've had no problems. And this is a pre-owned console, and it's the original consoles as well. So that console is easily 6 or 7 years old, and there's issues with it. I think it's just a case of people don't know how to look after consoles.
And it could also be the thing that there are multiple people playing the consoles, or that's my case. 4 people sharing a console, so it's kind of weird. Or the console will not last as long.
I actually had a ring of death happen to me, and I don't know why. But I was playing that game quite a bit, like 10 hours at a time, and I think that did it in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was something like that. I mean, the Xbox
360 didn't understand.
The 360 that I have right now is kind of it's not in the best condition that it could be in when it comes to being able to read games and stuff. I mean, it's an old system, and it's also gotten a lot of use out of it. Gotten a lot of use out of the system.
Okay.
It would be nice if the Xbox One could have backwards compatibility, so we don't have to worry about, oh crap, we have to replace the older system now when it inevitably craps out.
Yes, this is very.
It's another subject that we're all split on. Well, it's more myself and Frank agree on one, but you horribly disagree.
Yeah. Well, I don't get. I'm on my own end. You guys don't agree with me. That's how I see it.
Wow.
That's how you guys are not agreeing with me. That's how I see it.
Well, that's what's great about the show.
I'm right
we have
here.
two sides. We have two sides of we have two
always
polarizing
right.
opinions on this.
But of course, I'm not gonna get my wish. There's still gonna be developing games for that for a year or two. Well, let's say give it a year.
The system's
Next
only
thing,
been out
there's gonna
for a
be
year.
it's gonna be 2016.
Well, they were
And
still.
then that's gonna cut. They're gonna cut that in July, I believe. That's all I'll say here today. Now,
Well, believe it or not, they were still developing PS2 games until 2012.
Yeah,
those are all EA Sports games.
Oh yeah, but they're still games.
Yeah.
Those
Technically.
those aren't real games. For
Well, I mean,
Infernikus, those aren't real people.
oh, and and we're wanting video games to be an Olympic sport. Lo and behold,
Yeah.
this guy.
I mean, what?
You're saying that sports games are not real games. However, we want there are people that want video games taken as a.
This is again like these are like this is NHL. This is like NHL 2009 on the PlayStation 2, but it's on the 360. But then they're doing stuff like NBA, whatever. It's 2010. Who's buying that game for the
NBA
PlayStation
fans.
2?
Oh, actually,
No, move
PS2.
on to the
Yeah, no one.
PlayStation 3 or whatever.
That was Sony's way of pushing it. They were kind of pushing it with how often can we release these things?
No, these are EA games.
Or
and
EA, my bad.
Just
My fault.
it doesn't cost a lot to use these old gen graphics and put them on the older systems.
The
It's
biggest
okay
problem is
for
that
us. They were the
they
only
don't
ones
sell.
doing that.
The biggest problem is that they
Well,
don't sell.
that,
Reason why I would just jump. The reason why I would want why would I want that game? I already have the older version. The only reason to keep going with the series is to buy the new gen game with the better graphics, because that's what I want in my sports games. I have been playing NHL sports for since it was on the Genesis in 1992.
The Genesis game in 2000. Well, now
Yeah.
we get those now.
Yeah, pure solar.
Hell yeah. Oh shit! I just had a thought and I lost it.
Good job.
Oh yeah, actually, well, I mean, the systems, the current gen systems, Xbox One and PS4, have only been out for a year, so got another year or two of this, and then after that, they won't completely cut it off, but they'll cut most of it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think we can all come to an agreement that give it 2, maybe 3 years at the maximum, and they
3
will
years
cut
is
off.
too goddamn long.
But it's gonna happen.
If it goes
No
on for
cha-
3 years, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm done.
But it's not. It may not be the major developers unless it's like some kind of sports game. That might be the only thing that it'll be limited to. If it's limited to a big first-person shooter, I mean, if it has a big first-person shooter that's still being ported 3 years down the line, then I'd be surprised. But
Yeah, so I'm going to be asking questions.
I gotta,
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
too.
give my hand to Nintendo. They just completely cut off the Wii. Here, bravo, Nintendo. Somebody is listening. Somebody's listening to me.
I'm a little heartbroken that they cut off the servers as soon as they did. But
But yeah, you didn't even play
that's a
it
separate
that much, Frank. You didn't even play it on the servers that much.
There's a reason why I didn't have a lot of 3DS games that I. Well, I mean, I was
And then,
still
like,
doing
oh,
online
the
Pokemon battles.
I'm here. I'm a hockey fan. I'm like, I'll be like, it's like if they just canceled the World Cup for soccer and football. I'm like, oh no, that's terrible.
Well, they are trying to move it to
Oh.
winter, so
Oh, why did I do that? Oh, that's so terrible. I hate those people now.
Whatever. I'm
That's
not
like
saying
you
I hate
that.
those people.
That's
I'm
like
just saying,
that's like you talking about these games, but talking about the servers on the Wii.
No, I'm just saying that a lot.
Now you're talking about the DS stuff, and that is up to the Wii.
You know what? Whatever. They were both canceled at the same time. I'm just saying that. I'm sure there are games that just came out that would have come out on the Wii around the time they cut it out, and like actually like.
You have to understand, this is Nintendo. They don't embrace. They're not very keen on online functionality features.
Well, hopefully this time, when the 3DS is near the end of its life cycle, when it comes to online support, they'll learn their lesson and at least give us like an extra year.
There's gonna be like gone. So Nintendo is like, nope, we're done. I hope you guys had a fun time. Get the next system and enjoy it. And keep coming. Keep coming.
Yes, because I
That's
believe,
what Nintendo is.
Pokemon Black and White 2
so beautiful.
I believe only Pokemon Black and White 2 got about 1 year of online use, and that was it.
Yeah. They
afterwards
cut off quite a lot of the online services.
Well, then
which is
again,
quite annoying.
who played White and Black 2?
Well, I have Pokemon White 2 right now. I actually got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Did
for
you
Christmas.
beat it?
I haven't even touched it yet because I'm playing other
There
games
you
as well.
go. Why are you getting mad about this?
No, it's not that. It's the. I'm not. I'm a little annoyed that it only got a year of support
So what? You didn't even enjoy it as long as you did.
because I didn't own it.
If
I
you
didn't
had
own it
the
until
game
this
at the
year.
time and you played it for like a good 6 months, then 2 months later it goes off, then you have a reason to be mad.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't even get to experience it because I did not own that game until like 3 days ago or 2 days ago. Sorry.
So why does the functionality? Why does the online features matter? If you're getting the game at that time, you should know the servers were down.
All right. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. You're playing it for the game. If I'm getting a Pokemon game later in the series, I'm like, okay, I just want to get the Pokemon, play the game, and have fun. Maybe I'll find some friend near my house that I could play games with.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm really mad. You know, this game's kind of worthless to me now. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm still gonna play it and enjoy it.
Well, that's
I
what
know.
you're saying with this, and when you're like, oh, once the online is done, and this game is worthless.
Well, no, because there are some times where you don't want to play the same people over and over again. What if you want to play against someone online? I mean, some of the games.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
That's
All the
you.
people
That's-
online are like Korean, and they know these games well, and they just wreck everything.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna
Just
stop
break
before
it,
more.
they
I'm gonna
fun.
stop before. I'm gonna stop before Morris continues to say stuff and make it sound even worse than what he just said right now.
What are you gonna say?
Everyone's he doesn't want to play online because everyone's Korean and know the game by heart.
Yeah, we've already had enough trouble recently with America pissing off Koreans.
Yeah, please do not.
Well, I'm talking with the South Koreans, okay? They play their
Canadians just-
StarCraft, and they are just like they just make everything. They take that game way too far, and that's like their machines. And they
You
can
have
just,
that everywhere. You have American players that take it way too far. You have Canadian players
No,
that
it's
take
more
it way too
prominent with Koreans. That's a small little piece of land, and there are a lot of them.
No,
That's a sport
Go
down
ahead.
there, Frank.
I know it's a sport.
It's televised sport. They make money off it. It's like the NHL, NBA.
I know. We covered the story like a few weeks ago,
Yeah, there you go.
or if not, like a few months ago. I don't remember how long it was. All right. I don't know where to go from here.
Nintendo, you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Sony, Microsoft, take notes. It's like, here's the Wii U. What's that? You still want Wii games? Nope, sorry. The ship is sailed.
So it's
No.
safe to say that we've said everything that needs to be said at this point.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, the only thing
I'm ending this with funny jokes.
The only thing you have to get
Unless you're on the other boat, you're on the side of this and you're like, fuck you. Flipping me off.
I mean, for the Wii, the only thing you're going to be getting now is just all shovelware crap that's not going to be worth anything. It's not going to be worth playing at all. So, yeah.
I gotta apologize for sleeping through most of the podcast. I completely forgot it was Saturday, and
Yeah, Christmas on a Thursday tends to do that.
yeah, just like I'm waking up, looking at my messages, 3 o'clock, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I thought today was Monday.
Yeah, somebody needs to remind me that the podcast day happens today. Kind of message me like 7 at 7 in the morning to be like, Morris, it's Saturday.
I'm not going to be able
time.
to get to you in that time. I'm not.
Oh, you gotta.
That'll be
somebody
Infernikus'
has-
job because I can't get to you that time because that's 5 o'clock for me.
Yeah, because you have to message me. Morris, it's Saturday. Sweet God. I didn't even get to talk about my Metroid videos.
Oh, I
we'll
did it
give
for
you
you.
We'll give you your
did?
own segment next week.
What do you guys say about my Metroid videos?
It's great.
We actually did,
Huh?
I don't think we actually spoke too much about them because you weren't here to talk about them.
Okay, we
Yeah.
can say it now. What do you think about them?
We briefly talked about it.
Did you guys
pretty good.
watch them?
Yes, I did.
I did.
All of them?
Yes.
I watched the first one. I need to watch the other two.
Okay. Pretty good, eh?
Yes.
Pretty
Thank
good,
you.
eh?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, eh? I like the third one because it's a mixed bag. Like first one, there you go, it's amazing. Second one, people don't like too much. But me, I'm like, that has to be there. That's like episode. It's like Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. But then I'm
Not as great as the first,
episode
but still
6,
good enough
which
on
is
its
not.
own.
Yeah. Then I make Episode 6, but don't make a terrible movie like George Lucas did a good movie. What part?
You said Episode 6, not Episode 1.
Yeah. Well, Episode 6, I'm like, Ewoks. How can the Ewoks take down the Empire? They're throwing sticks at the stormtroopers. Why are they spending time in that stupid sand place in Tatooine? I don't want to be there. Go back to Hoth or somewhere else.
Confirmed. Dark Morris's Metroid Prime trilogy is just like the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah. Amazing.
If only you waited to do the 2D stuff next year, that would have been interesting. And then just make it just like, have it received as much as the 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
where the
What do you
original
think about
fans,
the third one? I
where the original
want to
fans
hear.
just hate it.
I want to hear what what the third one.
I only briefly watched the third one. I didn't get to all of it.
Oh.
I actually thought about watching it yesterday. It's like I'm gonna watch it yesterday, and I got distracted.
I like the jokes in that one a lot. It's a very decline into sanity, and then you get to the third one. It's like, yep, I don't care anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore. This is happening.
Yeah, it's a good
I
idea.
say what I need to do.
Yeah, and I will say the music in it is pretty damn good.
Yeah, somebody, some guy named Master Wayne made the music for me.
Yes, I have the Christmas, what was it, Metroid Christmas Part 1. I have that on my computer downloaded, and I've listened to it a few times.
And I got JC Zelda Girl to voice Samus Aran. That's good. And I make some jokes about him from X. Like the joke in 2 where I make about him. 2030, us, the Canadian Odyssey. All right, we're good here.
Guarantee that will never happen. Okay, anyone got any final words? Any last thing they need to say?
No.
Bravo, Nintendo! Don't stop what you're doing.
Anyone have anything
Again.
upcoming on their
Again,
channels?
Metro-
Any announcements that they have?
I'll probably be doing a Metroid Other M commentary series. I
I
don't
have an
know.
announcement coming on my channel this week. I'm yet to record it, but it'll be coming on my gameplay channel. It's a pretty kind of
Cool.
half exciting announcement, which will be something to talk about next episode.
So yeah, and for you guys, I watched your Santa Revenge video.
Oh yes, my PewDiePie styled video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
you're-
discussed that earlier.
Yeah, you kind of just tacked on all the Christmas stuff on that video.
Pretty much. It was just
It
like,
couldn't be more Christmas.
even
Unless you
about
just had you're just filled with like Christmas trees. I don't know.
And
All
everyone
dead elves.
who
That's hilarious.
and everyone who doesn't celebrate Christmas was pissed.
So funny. You just found some dead elves and under the floor. That's really okay. We're done here.
yes.
Yeah.
So that
Okay,
was God, this way me being able to end this now. That was Super Genesis Turbo 2, the podcast, episode
Oh, God.
48. Huh?
Super Genesis Turbo 2.
Yes, that's the one. But yes, that was episode 48. We're yet to think of a title, but if you guys want to catch more of GaminTank stuff, you can find his stuff on www.youtube.com/GaminTank. If you want more of Dark Morris, it is www.youtube.com/Lost of the Lone Wolf. And for more of my stuff, which I'm fairly sure you guys do not want to watch, it is www.youtube.com/OND90.
Infernikus, do the intro.
Yes, I did.
I didn't do the intro. Although I was wondering if he was going to go through as like and for the main Infernikus channel, youtube.com/channel/ and then you just go through all the characters for it.
Oh man, I should have done that.
Damn.
Do that next time.
Next time.
I hope everybody had a good time on this podcast. It's gonna be New Year's. Happy New Year's.
Yeah, something New Year's Eve. No, that's
Yeah.
lame. That's lame and unoriginal.
New Year console. I don't know, Frank. You figure something out. I'm gonna sit here and like feel bad about not coming here and not making it on time.
Infernicus?
Yep. Way off the.
There is a way we end the podcast. You know it.
So-
You've heard it 20 times.
Hi, everybody. What?
Crap. There's a way to end this show,
crap, I
and
didn't press record.
you forgot it.
Oh wait. I'm like, what? How you do this?
I'll pick up from where you left off. So that's Super Genesis 2 Turbo. I'm GaminTank.
Oh yeah, I'm Doug Morris.
And I'm Infernikus, who forgot that part of the ending.
Oh,
We'll be back
to
next
him.
week.
Okay, that's my fault.
Goodbye.
I'll be back next week.